Hello, Juan. My name is Miguel Conde, and I'd like to first start off by thanking for your 20 years of military service and to thank you for your post. You gave a thorough description of using a Christian worldview, and importantly, the idea of giving a fair, objective uh, interpretation of history. Something you mentioned is something that I didn't mention, and I don't believe any of our classmates mentioned, which was the idea of rethinking of history. If we look at history properly and try to put our biases aside, oftentimes we have to rethink what's commonly understood. And historical revisionism is something that is not always accepted, and a lot don't like it, but it's a fact. And if we're going to be responsible historians, we need to do so. A perfect example of historical revisionism and rethinking of history. In my last class regarding Civil War and Reconstruction, a book by Dr. Alan Gelso, who actually is a big fan of Abraham Lincoln. But Dr. Gelso, uh, understanding the need for not being biased, in his book, put in a lot of information that was quite negative about Lincoln. Facts that Lincoln was racist himself, the fact that he thought people of African descent were not equal to whites, and the fact that if he could have, he would have reunited the Union and still maintained slavery. His aversion to slavery was not based on him thinking that there was any type of equality, rather, the implications it had on the United States. So, with regard to your point of rethinking history, as we look at history, whether we look at it with a Christian worldview or not, certainly I would hope so, we need to be fair and honest, and we need to include all history. If, for example, if we're a Roman Catholic and we're going to discuss the papacy, it's important that we discuss the evils of the papacy too. We can't just put out the history that suits our purpose. And that's something that Dr. Smith discussed, and it's something that's very important, and it's something that I appreciate you pointing out. Thank you very much.